Hi, everybody. For this week's newsletter and blog, I talk about Guardrails, which is a core philosophy of mine and something that I coach all of my clients. I coach leaders. Sometimes these leaders need to set guardrails for their teams, and other times these leaders need to set guardrails for themselves. So I wanted to cue up the blog and the newsletter with this story. Now, please don't hold me to the facts. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but you'll get the gist of the story. And the story is this. I was made aware of an experiment that was run, say, 10 years ago. And in this experiment, there were 100 10-year-old kids that were brought to a field. Mom and dad dropped off the kids. The kids were perfectly safe. They said goodbye. Mom and dad left, and the 100 kids were in a wide open field. And the experimenters, the scientists said, okay, kids, go play. And generally speaking, the kids in this field didn't venture too far. They stayed relatively close to one another, had a great time, but just didn't venture too far from each other. That was experiment one. The next day, the same 100 kids came to the same field. Mom and dad said goodbye. They leave. The kids are safe. This time in the field is a big fence that's creating a boundary. The kids are brought into the fenced off area, and the scientists say yet again, kids, go play. With the fencing, the kids were everywhere. They were climbing the fence. They were in corners. They were separate from each other. They were with each other. They were everywhere within the boundary of the fencing. And what the scientists deduced was that the guardrails, that fencing, created safety. The kids couldn't get lost. They couldn't get separated. That was safe to them. The same principle holds true in corporate America. It even holds true in your family, in your marriage, in your relationship with your children, with your friends, whoever. I'm speaking more to the corporate guardrails. And in the blog, in the newsletter, what I'm talking about is a lot of times the guardrails are unknown. And generally speaking, that's not safe for us. We don't know how to operate effectively, and it causes stress, it lowers productivity, and it lowers our engagement. So I want to give you that context. I hope it's helpful. Thank you. See ya.